DTI fam, what's good, baby? Another week of the sun shining. 79 degrees on this lonely road. Headed to Savannah, Georgia. Was in 3 other parts of Georgia this week. And we are rocking and a-rolling. Got some exciting news. So 6-8 weeks ago, I told you guys about DTI 50. Guess what? DTI 50 has officially commenced. It is over. And wow. Every single time that I participate in DTI 50, or every single time that I talk to people that are doing DTI 50, not only does it make me better, but it makes me just realize more and more and more about how critical it is to have positive reinforcement, positive-minded people, forward-thinking people, go-getters on your team, in your community, a part of the things that you want to achieve and accomplish. So I participated in DTI 50, but I didn't verbally speak about it out loud because I knew that for my engagement that was happening, I was going to have some celebratory drinks. But what I'm happy about is still to this day, those are the only drinks that I've had this year, and my God, am I feeling electric. My creativity is off the charts. My mental state is off the charts. My physical state is off the charts. I'm going to make a post on my Facebook and Instagram about some stats. But one of those stats is that from the beginning of the year until the end of DTI 50, I lost a whopping 13 pounds. 13 pounds. If I take this shirt off right now, maybe I should, because then these videos will pop off even more. Your boy's looking good. He's feeling good. And I'm not going to make this all about me. But what I want to do is go back to the point of having a community, having a group, having people that are pushing you to try something new, that are pushing you to think differently, that are pushing you in directions that make them feel better, that they go after. So for instance, everybody in my life knows I'm going to get on them if they don't get their steps, if they don't drink their water, if they don't get in workouts, because it is so fundamental in my life, and it has changed my life drastically, that I know it will impact other people's lives. But what's happened this time is that it's taken a step further for me. DTI 50 was amazing. There was a lot of collaboration inside the chat, could have been more, but outside of the chat as well. But not only that, like, there was key people in my life that I was really excited that were doing it. And then people that I don't talk to on a daily basis that were like, hey, throw me in there, I want to try it. And I don't care if somebody completed the first day of DTI 50 or if somebody made it through to the end. What we try and do at Desire to Inspire at DTI is help somebody live a healthier, happier lifestyle. Impact one person a day to make just a better decision for their mental and physical health. And that's what every single person did stepping into the ring of DTI 50. Now, what I will disagree with is I don't think that you should say you're going to do something to please other people or because other people said that you should do it, or that you really didn't care to accomplish it or achieve it or like go after it. So like if it really didn't, not DTI 50 specifically, but like anything in life, go after what you want to go after. Don't go after what other people are doing. Don't go after what other people are saying or thinking. Go after what truly embodies your lifestyle. And so for me, over the last 3 years that we've been doing DTI, it's been about habit building a foundation that you can then build upon. And I've talked and used the analogies that it doesn't matter if it's a skyscraper, it doesn't matter if it's a shed in your backyard, or it could be a simple pavilion that somebody puts up in the park. All of those things have solid foundations that they were then able to build something magnificent on. The houses that we live in have a foundation. The roads that we drive on have a foundation. The buildings that we go into, the coffee shops that we enjoy so much, the bridges that we go over, the things that we overlook on a day-to-day basis have a base foundation to make them strong, to make them resilient, to make them withstand whatever comes their way. The weather, the hot, the heat, the cold, the trucks and the cars driving on them constantly, the snow plows going over them. And it's the same thing with a physical structure. People going up and down in elevators, walking around the floors, adding more desks to a floor, foot traffic. Like, there's so many things that try and disrupt what was built on the foundation, but guess what? It doesn't crumble because it has the things that it needs to be able to survive. Now, in due time, things deteriorate, just like we do as humans. We start deteriorating as we get older. If that building doesn't get renovated, then it might collapse. It might start getting bricks that fall out. But if somebody's maintaining it and caring for it, it's going to stay healthy as long as it keeps getting fed, as long as things keep getting thrown at it. It's going to continue to survive. And that's pretty much how the human body is and how the mind is that we can make this thing, our body, our minds, as strong as we want to. But the moment we stop focusing on them, they get weak. They're not as resilient. They're not as strong. They can't withstand as much stuff. And what I mean by this is you're going through life and your mental health is just crystal clear. Your job's going good. Your relationship's going good. You just moved into a new house. Your friends are all doing good. But then somebody close to you passes away. Fuck, it's weighing on me a little bit. And then because you kind of, fall off the path that you're on, you start eating a little bit shittier. Not only that, you're not sleeping as good now. And then you're more restless during the day. You're crashing midday. And then you're a little bit grumpier. And then you start arguing with your spouse more. And next thing you know, you're just, my brain never goes off. I can't relax. The why me's come. Life is so hard comes. Because again, when that tragic thing happened, instead of giving yourself what it needs in order to get through it, to get by it, childhood traumas, whatever it is, we just keep going down the path of making worse and worse decisions. And so there's no foundation there to keep things going good. Where if somebody passes away close to you, stay with your workout routines. Stay eating good. Stay going to work. Stay doing all these different things that are routine in your life. So that way that foundation is intact. The things that you can't say no to are still moving along. Keep those solid. And then you'll be able to get through it. You'll get out of that rut. You'll get out of those emotions. And eventually it'll turn around. And so this year for the DTI 50, I feel like I had a major unlock. A major unlock. Focusing on physical activity, training for this half Ironman, and let me tell you, it's a lot. I'm traveling a lot for work, but I'm prioritizing what's important to me. I'm keeping the foundation strong. My foundation was poured by focusing on my mental and physical health. So even though things are crazy, how can I fit those things into my lifestyle right now to keep everything in motion? And I've touched on this before. Sometimes the bike rides don't hit 2 hours, they hit an hour and a half. Sometimes the runs don't hit an hour and 15 minutes, they hit 45. But I'm still showing up and I'm still doing it. I'm not taking that time and just scrolling social media mindlessly. There is still intent behind the stuff that I am doing, that I am focusing on. And so this is what I really want to hone in on. Is that motivation comes and goes. We can be motivated to do something because there's people in our lives that are doing it and they're talking it up. We can feel motivated from a video that we watch on YouTube. We can feel motivated from a promotion that we just got at work. But all motivation is simply a feeling. It is simply a feeling that can come and go just like this. And majority of the time does go just like that. See, motivation isn't this thing that somebody should hold on to and be like, I'm so motivated, that's why I'm going to do this. I'm motivated. Because what's not built into motivation is a foundation. You got that motivation from something out in the ether, out in the world, grabbed onto it because it felt good and it clicked with you because you know you needed change in that way. But the only way for change to happen is if you implement new things into your lifestyle. And so when I talk about this foundation that needs to be built, it's building the baseline for like what you expect in life, what you want out of life. So that way you can keep building and growing upon that. So you lay the foundation, and just so everybody knows, foundation is like the concrete slab on the ground. You need that to then build the next pillar and the next one and the next one and the next one, or story, however you want to look at it. And so motivation comes and it's like, hey, let's put this here. Let's put this out in the grass. And you try and build on motivation and there's nothing there to support it. So eventually, like, you're going to miss one day of whatever this motivation is revolved around. And you're going to miss another day. And the next thing you know, it's just going to go to the wayside. And you're going to get motivated by something else. And so the way I look at this is, like, in the beginning, I was so motivated because I want to get big and bulky and I want to gain muscle. And so I would start going to the gym and I wouldn't see the results. And I was like, well, fuck it. I can skip this day and then I'll go and I'll get beers at Katy Trail Ice House in Dallas, Texas. And then the next day comes and it's like, oh, I'm a little bit tired today. Fuck, I shouldn't have had that many beers, so I'm not going to go. And then next thing you know, I'm not going but a couple days a week instead of the 5 days that I wanted to go. Because I didn't find it necessary enough to implement something in my life that could be built upon and grow into something. So instead of starting from 0 to 100, it's now, let's start at 0 and make sure we hit every number between till we get to 100. If you're not working out at all, don't start going 5 days a week. That's motivation. That ain't gonna stick. Start going 1 day a week. Once you do that for a few weeks, a few months, start going 2 days. Because then what that is going to do is it's going to help you start losing weight. It's going to help you start feeling better. It's going to help you mentally. But then not only that, once you get those feelings, now it's like, hey, I'm going to implement nutrition. I'm going to start watching what I eat 1 day a week, then 2 days a week, then 3 days a week. Then next thing you know, you're like, oh shit, it's been 2 months and I'm down 5 pounds. Oh shit, I'm noticing that my shirt sleeves are fitting a little tighter. And so I always relate these things to physical health because it's easy for us to conceptualize what that looks like. But this goes for anything in life that you're working towards or that you want to achieve. When you have that foundation in your life that you can then put things in place to then achieve that next thing you want, it becomes a lot easier. It happens a lot more natural, and there's longevity to it. And so how I'm going to wrap this all together is that the DTI 50 was already something that I was pretty much doing in my life and have been doing in my life. But what did I pair that with? I paired it with Ironman training. I paired it with traveling. And I was still able to find a way to get all these things done. And because of that, my mental clarity that I'm having right now in terms of creativeness, what do I want this to be? 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 I'm now challenging other areas of my life. And now I'm saying no to more people. Now I'm saying no to more things. Now I'm saying no, I can't. Because it's energizing me to just continuously focus on the things that I want to see come true and manifest into my life. I have big dreams. I have big goals. The decisions that I was making before DTI 50, even though I was doing good and I was checking the boxes and I was making sure that I was sticking with things, I was also sticking with a lot of things that I just don't fucking need in my life. I was sticking with a lot of things that I don't want. I was sticking with a lot of things that were counterintuitive to the things that I really do want. But what remained constant is that baseline. That floor, that foundation. It held strong through the wind. It held strong through the storm. It held strong through the winters. that way, when I started putting more and more focus on stuff, everything was coming to life. Hey, you're having this thought now. Hey, you're looking over here now. Hey, you're doing this now. Because at the end of the day, if we always just live in our head and have all these doubts and thoughts and feelings and whatever, and we never move forward from any of that shit, we are going to stay at a stagnant spot. So I want to challenge you that when you go out and you say you're going to do stuff, when you challenge yourself to think differently, act differently, be different, make sure it is aligning with the things that you truly want to see come out of life. A promotion, a relationship, a vacation, family, anything. Utilize your foundation to help increase the trajectory or the place that you want to be in life. Eliminate the toxic stuff, social media, people, foods, drinks. Eliminate the toxic stuff so that way you can have breakthrough moments. Because remember that without struggle, without pain, without hardship, you will never pole vault into that next dimension, into that next thing, into that next thought that you were supposed to have. You have to challenge yourself in order to see growth, in order to see change, in order to see success and positive forward movement. If you're not challenging yourself to not have those drinks for 50 days, if you're not challenging yourself to walk 10K steps daily, if you're not challenging yourself to not have cheat meals, if you're not challenging yourself to meditate, cold shower, visualization, if you're not challenging yourself to put out a piece of content every single day for a month straight, like whatever it is, if there is not a challenge there, you're not growing, you're staying stagnant. So do things that challenge you so you don't remain stagnant in life. Far too often this world is trying to show us that it is right here in the palm of our fucking hands. But the second something gets hard, we want to stop. The second something gets hard, we want to give up. The second something gets hard and doesn't go our way, we want to throw a fit about it. The second that you fucking doubt yourself, you want to give up. The second that somebody says something to you that doesn't go with the thoughts that you have, instead it's challenging you, you give up. We have to go through hardship in life. We have to go through change in life. We have to go through points when we realize new things from the challenges that we face. And I've been challenged a lot come the start of this year. And I am here to say that the challenge is always worth it. The hardship is always worth it. But are you mentally and physically strong enough to make it through that hardship, make it through that change that doesn't align with what you thought it was going to be or you thought it was going to turn out to be? So sit back and ask yourself this question. When was the last time I challenged myself, and how did I do it? And what was it for? Am I going to show up when that challenge comes? Or am I going to hunker down in a hole like every other time that I fucking have? If you want something bad enough, you will go through any storm, you will go through any season, you will go through any obstacle that life throws at you in order to see that come true, to see that come to fruition. Manifest the things that you want by putting in action behind the plan that you've laid out. Have the desire to inspire. As my buddies fucking Jim says, never stop moving. And have the desire to inspire. We love y'all. That's all I got for this daily drive-by. It's on.